With the Megazord possessing 3 cards, Messiah will come back stronger and quicker. In episode 44, the battle continues. Messiah has made himself so much stronger than when they defeated him the first time. He even absorbs escape for more power. All the mechs are fine except for Go Buster Ace. And an hour from then, Messiah was going to come back with Megazords showing up from nowhere. Now, the rest of the episode is just fight after fight reaching for Messiah. And in that time, Hiromu is too injured to fight, and Nick pilots Ace on temporary repairs. Once Hiromu arrives, he's in Tatagami Ryo, and they go from Go Buster King to Go Buster Ryo, and finally shut down Messiah. And God, is it satisfying. Seeing them do an out-of-suit roll call, when they played the first opening, I sung along as Messiah was going down. And like what I said, enter lived. Bah humbug. There's also another Buster vehicle from a movie that I haven't seen called FS00, and it's a frog. It's from a Go Buster movie that I'll get to another time. And so, episode 47, Enter reveals that he became the new Messiah. Those backup cards he had installed in Metoroids, well, did their job. After each monster's defeat, the data was transferred to Enter, and now he's expanded from inorganic to organic life to create monsters from. He even manages to bring Escape back from a flower. But not as she was before. Anytime she dies, Enter revives her, and it's like she's meeting everyone for the first time again and again. And Enter, however, is on a totally different level. With Enter as the new Messiah, he can't exactly die because of a certain backup card that he has inside of Hiromu. Yeah, he installed a card in him a while back, and as he lives, so will Enter. Episode 48, with the special backup card inside of him, Hiromu takes a chance. He's going to lure Enter to him to believing he's attempting suicide, when really, it's a fight to the death between those two. Enter, however, wants to put him into a coma. Not kidding, that's actual dialogue. Everyone else runs to stop Hiromu, but are sidetracked by Escape, who's been out killing animals. I'm not kidding, she's gone off the deep end. The final time she revived, she murdered a crow. Who does that? Anywho, Escape grows giant size because Sentai can't get away from using that, and the Go Busters finally destroy her. Back to Hiromu and Enter. Hiromu tries a finishing move. It fails, so he tries again, but this time he goes to do a suicide move, hoping to take Enter out with him, and it fails and falls even more into Enter's frickin' favor with Dark Red Buster. In episode 49, Enter grows so much more stronger as he becomes his own version of a Go Buster called Dark Red Buster. And Dark Red Buster just looks so damn cool. It looks a lot bigger than the regular Go Busters. I think it's because of the shoulder pads. What animal even is that? A tiger? A saber-toothed tiger? It just looks awesome. And Dark Red Buster is the shit, basically. Oof. After their battle for today, Enter starts making cocoons out of Enetron tanks, where one will emerge into a Megazord. Masato has come up with a plan to take the card out of Hiromu's body, and after saving 2 kids and Enotron turned Cocoon, they want to take it a step farther to do this and bring Enter with them to the subdimension. Enter's Megazord emerges, and the Go Busters 3 Megazords force Enter down one of their hangars and enrage to be teleported into the subdimension. And now we have finally reached our finale. Episode 50, Final Mission, Eternal Bonds. Everyone manages to make it to the subdimension. Hiromu and Yoko soon run into Enter, but are saved by everyone. Masato takes everyone to his private hangar and reveals his plan. He's going to transfer the Messiah card from Hiromu into himself, but the consequence is that with how much Masato's comatose body has decayed, it won't handle the Messiah card, and it'll end up killing him. Again, to quote Mr. Spock,
"The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few."
So everyone's down with Masato's plan. They encounter Enter for one final battle, and he is pissed that everything's falling apart. The final battle starts in the Zords, and they destroy Enter's Megazord, and then back to the ground, where everyone does Red Buster's Powered Customs finisher, Volcanic Attack. Enter does his version, and everyone joins Hiromu for his, finally killing Enter, while Beatbuster disintegrates. Everyone's exhausted from the battle, with the subdimension imploding on itself, right in front of everyone. Well, yeah, they hightail it out of there. So yeah, that glass is destroyed, Ryuji becomes an engineer, Yoko starts high school? How high school works or how school works in general in Japan eludes me. And could no one bother telling me how the Japanese school system works? One time I got that from a guy on a tier list, and I really think that he was just trying to be a smart ass. And Nick and Hiromu ride off into the sunset. The point is that it's on the same bridge from when the show began, but yeah, that's the end of Go Busters. This is a great show. Seriously, like, why do people not like this show? The villains, save for the Messiah, are brilliant, and I'm not gonna lie. This is a good show that's a becoming of a hero story, and it's there in so many ways, and I like it all just so much. I don't think I hate anything about this show. It's all pretty good. Well, that's at least my opinion. But in a little bit, I'm going to read your guys' opinions when I pull up the comments. But for right now, let me just fix my camera. Let's get to the character analysis. Starting off with our Red Ranger, Hiromu. Hiromu, he's honestly not the most interesting Red Ranger. A matter of fact, he's kind of a dick in some episodes. Like, and the most interesting he gets is with Enter, but aside from that, he's just around average for a character. Well, and especially for a Red Ranger. Pretty much, that's all I can say about Hiromu. He just wasn't one of my favorite characters. So next, Ryuji. Ryuji is all right. I think what I like about him is his power sets as well as his connections to everyone else in the show. Like his relationship with Jin, because Jin was his mentor and he was his student, and he was also a surrogate older brother for Yoko, and he's a pretty responsible and likable guy. He also has some cool moments too. like his rivalry with Escape, as well as in some episodes where he'll dual wield weapons. I'll admit, those are pretty cool. But yeah, Ryuji is alright. Next, Yoko. I did not like her at first, at the beginning of the show, but over time, she got less irritating. So I'm not gonna lie. Once I reached this point in the character analysis, I thought I was going to rip on this character. I was wrong because she started off annoying, but she got less annoying over time. And so, she's not the worst character. She's not bad. She actually does have some good moments. Although she is the youngest among them, she shows that she can still hold her own and they don't have to treat her like a child. And once again, her relationship with Ryuji helps her grow as a person, and I will respect that. Now, Masato Jin. Jin is my favorite character, hands down, in this show. He's kind of like RJ, as but he's a mentor when they're out on the field to help them grow stronger. And really, I think Jin is my favorite character because of how different he is. He's totally eccentric, and arguably, he's the one character in this show with the most depth. I mean, not depth, I mean depth. Because his character has a start, middle, and end. Man, I love everything about that. So next, Jay. Jay, at the end of the show, I end up respecting Jay a bit more because of how loyal he is to Jin. Because this is someone who he truly cares about and he doesn't want anything terrible to happen to him. But they're both very adamant. He is very loyal and Jin is very dedicated to the job even if it kills him. And Jay needed to learn that. And he does immediately. Even with Jay alone as a character, he's good. I'll admit it, he's pretty good. Few silly moments, but pretty sweet. And now, if we're going to go on about the villains, Enter is one of the best. Like, Escape is pretty good, but Enter, I'll be honest right now. In the second half, Enter gets awesome. He becomes more sadistic, crazy. Like in one episode where he just kills Escape and thus brings her back to life, it's he gets slightly crazy because of human emotions he's starting to feel. Just as a character alone, like he's cunning, he's manipulative, and he's overall just merciless. And for being a clever and cunning villain, like I feel like I was thinking about this from earlier. I was comparing Enter to Madame Odious from Power Rangers Ninja Steel, and what I was comparing those two together to why Enter is a better villain than her. All Madame Odious had is that she was clever and cunning, but Enter, on the other hand, was clever, cunning, and he was one of those villains that was always one step ahead, which made him a lot more threatening. And it was fantastic. Enter was amazing. And you can really say that about all of those characters, is that in a way, they're all respectable. And now, finally, we can now read your guys' comments on what you guys think of Go Busters. So, last week, my comment on the Facebook group, Tokusatsu Nerds, this was my post. Just finished Go Busters. What are y'all's thoughts? So, here we go. Alright, Martilvis Hill says it's underrated. Completely agree. Brian Williams, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Definitely underrated. Totally. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of these are how it's underrated. Or at least maybe the first three are. I didn't read all of them because I really wanted to be surprised. So, Perry Keeley, the most underrated, it had to follow Gokaiger, and that did it a disservice. Really, it really, just because this show came after Gokaiger, it shouldn't be compared to Gokaiger. It should be thought of as its own thing. And so, Demetrius Johnson, Go Busters is better. IMO. I wish they'd make a green and orange Ranger things. And hopefully when Hasbro continues to make Power Rangers seasons, if they use the Japanese suits only, they'll add some new ones. But Go Busters was still pretty decent. Alright. Marshall Mack, that this animal theme will be adapted to Power Rangers. Oh wait. Or I don't get what this dude's trying to say. Moving on. Earl Thomas, this was hands down better than Power Rangers. The story don't really talk down to the story or whatever, dude, grammar. The story don't really talk down to kids. Sentai is a little bit more mature. They understand that their Sentai characters may perish. Everything is not always happy at the end, but the job is done. They don't always over explain and make weapons so powerful just to be downplayed in the next episode. I get what this guy's trying to say, but dude, fix your sentences all over. And that's exactly how I feel about this show. And like I said before, I feel like the writing was a bit superficial at first, but then once Jin and Jay were introduced, the writing got a lot better. It became a lot more straightforward. But that second half, though, was tight. Like, you look at, like, that second half was just tight. It, like, Enter became, he took over Vaglas, he mind wiped Escape. The characters just kept giving it their all, and the story, while silly at times, were still good because everything built up to something at the very end, and the drama was still heavy. It's just, Tokumei Sentai Go Busters is a fantastic series. I definitely recommend it. And just because this show came after Gokaiger and before Kyoryuger, it does not mean it's terrible. It's definitely underrated. And I think people give it too much flack for that. Totally. So, with that said, thank you all for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and tell your friends about KamenRider Blackman. And stay tuned for next time. Either I will get to one of the Go Busters movies out first, but the next show I will be reviewing will be back in the Showa era with Kamen Rider Super-1. Stay tuned for that. Like what I said, like, subscribe, share this video, tell your friends about Kamen Rider Blackman, and I will see you all next time. Peace.